I was reading something this morning from John Maxwell, great teacher in leadership. And it was like a little meme. And it said that our environment in which we grow shape us a lot. Yeah? Wherever we come from, it's the first big impact on our lives and our career. So if if the good things that we learn, it comes from our environment. But we also pick up some bad things. And that is what shapes us. But if we're not careful, that becomes our life. Right? That becomes our life. But we actually have the power to change that. The moment we have enough knowledge to understand the difference between good and bad, and the difference between success and failure, we have the power inside of us to change that. And when I read that this morning, I said I'm going to share that with you guys today because it's really true. And that is the reality of my life. I grew up in a very rural district. There weren't many people who had like college degrees, very few, and most of them were like teachers. There weren't any people that were doing big things outside of like that small community. And even though my parents were not educated, I didn't see anybody else in my family go to university or have a business or succeed, like be successful. There weren't really any successful people in my family. We were just living day by day. But when I grew up to like finish high school, I realized that I could change my own story if I wanted to. I didn't have to just stay here and become another 17-year-old mom, because that was the reality of my environment. Lots of girls, we finish high school, next thing you know, before we turn 18, we have a baby. Because that was what people did. Because there was nothing else to do. Yeah, and you know what happened to young people when they're not busy doing anything? The emotions. But I wanted a difference in my life. And so I applied myself, I went to college, I trained and I became an environmental health officer. I did really well in my job and I got promoted. I studied again, I did my master's degree, and I won a scholarship to do a PhD in Sydney, Australia. Because I wanted a difference in my life. Traveling around to Australia, working in the Pacific, in the islands, I learned so much. And that's why I want to come to give back something to you guys. Because I've learned a lot from my personal experiences traveling around. And I hope that what I've learned can be a blessing to you as well. All right? So please allow me to share that. One thing I do also, every Saturday morning, at around 9 o'clock Sydney time, I actually do a lot of this teaching on my YouTube channel. It's called My Career, My Calling. Yeah? So if you have your phone now, I'm going to ask you to go subscribe to this channel. Take your phone out. If you want time, I'm going to give you a chance to use your phone. So please open your YouTube if you can and go to and type My Career, My Calling. And you should see that picture up there with me. Yeah? And just click that subscribe button so that you can always get the content. There's a lot of videos up there. I have guest speakers. I sometimes feature people, young people like you, who are doing well, so you can share your story. And if any of you think you have a really great story about your own life, how you've come out of your situation and your ambitions, get in touch with me and I'll invite you to share in my podcast, okay? Does that sound good? All right? You still looking? My Career, My Calling on YouTube. Click the bell and subscribe, all right? So for today, I'm going to take the next maybe 20, 30 minutes to share with you about your vision. I want you to all leave here understanding clearly what your vision is. Remember I said that our circumstances, the environment in which we are born, shape us from early. But when you understand the scripture that I said this morning, Jeremiah 29:11, it says, I know the plans I have for you. My plans are to prosper you and to give you a hope and a future. Then if you understand that, then you know that your life is not necessarily all of what you are seeing right now. So I want us to set our vision statement And then I want us to look at our career goals, all right? And if we don't achieve anything else for today, that will be enough. But if we have time, we'll look a bit at the skills assessment part, all right? And then we'll do some activities and then we'll close up, all right? And for those of you who are really keen on taking your journey to the next level, I'll offer you all a free gift. I'll tell you what it is later on, okay? I'll tell you the free gift, but you have to stay to the end to get the gift, all right? And you also have to do the evaluation at the end to get the free gift. So for this section, I want us to look at our vision statement. I mentioned earlier that you have to understand your why you are here. Yeah? And then we're looking at some of that. What is your purpose? Yeah? Your purpose is that thing that you were created to manifest or to fulfill on earth. My purpose is different from yours. So when God created me, He prepared a specific assignment for me to accomplish, right? And He prepared one for you and each of us, right? So even though most people here say they're doing Bachelor of Commerce, but some of you are doing management, some are doing economy, some are doing finance, right? Because while our circumstances might be very similar, we all have a different pathway that we would take. But we can make the mistake of thinking that, oh, because we're all doing the same course, we're all the same. That's not true. So it's important for you to understand what is it that God wants me to achieve for Him. Yeah? And if you join us late, there's going to be a lot of God in this conversation. And by the end of the day, you understand why I'm starting off. Right? Because if you start with God, you finish with Him. Yeah? So, why are you here? And that's what we say, you're called to make a difference, right? You feel like God has put you to make a difference. Anybody feel like that? Like you really feel called? Anybody? You feel like God has called you to make a difference? In what area of life do you feel like God has called you to make a difference? I think it changed. And there are so many situations that we have come from in the classroom. So you feel like God has called you to make a difference in the classroom. What level of teaching do you do? Primary, secondary? Secondary. So our teachers in the classroom, they want to make a difference to those teenagers, those going through that phase of life. What about you? Did you raise your hand? What you did? You didn't raise your hand. You still working it out. I think I saw you. You feel called to make a difference in what area of life? What do you do? Yes.
So it's more like difference in the lives of children around me and in parents.
Yes.
Because this is the most important.
So you want to make a difference in not just kids' life, but the parents, because that's important. Same as what you were saying, yeah? So it's really important. But I feel like what some of you said when you introduce yourself is that you may feel a little bit uncertain, so you want some ideas and some guidance about, well, I'm not quite sure exactly what my purpose is and how to understand it a little bit better, right? Okay? And some of you feel like you want to increase your confidence and skills. Anybody who really would love to see your confidence and skills, go raise your hand. You want to increase your confidence and your skills in what you do. Anybody here? What are you here for then? Okay, what I'm saying doesn't add to you, so tell me why you came. What do you want to do when you leave here that you weren't doing before you came? Yeah? What do you hope that will change when you leave here? I'm asking you. Anybody, share it with me. Let me see those who would love to get more confidence when you finish here today. Raise your hand. You want to become more confident. Let me see those who would love to, yeah, thank you. Those who would love to feel like you understand better where your career is going when you leave here today. Raise your hand. Those who feel like you would love to have a better understanding of your calling and your purpose when you leave here today. Raise your hand. And still half of you have to raise your hand. So what is it you want? Because if you don't know what you want, I cannot give it to you. Okay? So what exactly is it that you want today? What do you want? Because I don't come with everything. I only have something. But what is it you want?
Yes, I feel like people have different careers. As you go out in the marketplace, sometimes as you believe it's like you have to money. Sometimes the marketplace manipulates many things. So when you have the wisdom and everything you know,
Yeah. So you would like to manipulate it instead of it manipulating you? Yes. Yeah? All right. I think that's a good place. A lot of you agree with that? Yeah? I told you already, I'm not going to stand here and talk to you the whole day. You have to talk back to me, otherwise I'll pack my bag and go. Okay? This is a seminar, it's not a preaching. It's a workshop. So you're going to have to do some of the work, okay? Because otherwise I'll be tired by the time I finish. And I can't serve you the way that I really want to, okay? All right. But let me tell you something. I have been in that place and I understand. Because like a lot of you young people especially, I was there in the village too. Young girl, and in my country they say I'm a bright girl. I do well in school. But I didn't have a clue what was going to happen when I finished high school. Finished my exam, and somebody asked me, so what are you going to do? And I was like, I have no idea. Because nobody told me that I had to plan. Nobody said to me, this is the pathway. So even when I was choosing my subjects in high school, I just kind of chose what I was good at. I didn't really think about what will I do with this when I finish. So I just took whatever I was there. And then when I finished, I was like, well, I've got these subjects, what can I get for it? Yeah? That's not necessarily the right way. It's better if you have some guidance from early. And a lot of us, we didn't have any guidance, right? So we cannot just wait with wherever the river waits, we flow with it, right? But it's important to have that kind of guidance. But thank God, it's not too late. So wherever you are on your journey, if the guidance shows up, God can still turn things around. You believe that?
yes.
So whether you're just a year, first year, second year, on the, you're almost finished, or you're postgraduate, or you've already finished, but you're still looking for some direction, that's why God is important in the journey. Because the thing is, whatever you give him, he can make something out of it. All right? Whatever you give him, you can make something out of it. All right? Now, they say that successful professionals, yeah, some of you think that to be successful, you have to be gifted. And you think that people always tell me that I'm just ordinary. It's not true. Successful people are not gifted, right? Successful people are people who work hard and they succeed on purpose. Success doesn't happen by accident. Did you know that? Look around you. All the people you see here in Honiara and so on who are successful, that you think, oh, these people, they are lucky. No, luck doesn't make people successful. People succeed on purpose. You have to go and find success. You have to make success happen. Am I correct, doctor? It's true. Success doesn't just happen like that. You don't just sit down and it falls into your lap. You have to go and make it happen, right? And many studies are being done about people who succeed. And one of the things they say about successful people is that they attribute their success and their achievements to certain qualities, right? It's a combination of qualities: ambition, dedication, passion, and patience, right? And when people are ambitious, they go beyond the call of duty. They go beyond the just regular. Yet some people, they don't succeed because they're exact. They just do the exact thing. Yeah? They don't go above and beyond. Dedication is about your commitment. Dedication is a strong commitment to seeing things work, right? It's a strong commitment to what you are doing, your role and your responsibility. So rain or shine, you get up and you do it anyway, even if you don't feel like it, right? That's dedication. Passion. Be passionate about your profession. It helps, that helps to maintain the effort required to accomplish the task, right? Your passion is what's gonna get you out of bed on those days when you had a quarrel with your parents or your relatives or you don't have money. The passion is what gets you to walk, yeah, from Lunga to Honiara because you don't have bus fare, but you don't want to miss your class. Yeah? Your passion is what gets you to come down, and even though your slippers has broken, you walk barefoot to Kukum to go to your class because you don't want to miss your exam. Passion will do that for you. Yeah? But then there's patience. Patience is about tolerance and self-control, right? These things increase your capacity to deal with difficulties and challenges, right? These are the attributes of successful people. So as we set the stage for what we're going to do here today, I want you to know that success does not happen by accident, all right? And I really want us to do our vision statement today. I'm married, and I will need your help with the paper in a minute. We're often pushed by pain until we're pulled by a vision, right? What kind of pain are you feeling right now? There are many fish in the sea, but few opportunities. Sometimes they will say there's only one bone, but many dogs. There are lots of commerce people here. Lots of people studying the same thing. How many jobs are they going to have for all you commerce people? Huh? You think they're going to find jobs for all of you? If you think that there's a job waiting for every single one of you out there, right? That one job, and all of you want to be the head of the same department. How many heads are there going to be? Just one. So it means that you have to have a vision for yourself that's going to keep you going when that one person gets ahead and you are all fighting for the two jobs. And what is it that's going to wake you up and change your story that you're still going to go on and you're still going to succeed even though you didn't get that job? It's the pain, the desire, the urge, the hunger. Yeah? Hungry people win. It's the hungry people who win. So you have to have that hunger. And that's why you must understand your why. I've been asking you, why are you here? Why are you here? And you are looking at me. I don't know your why. I can tell you my why. But it's important. And that's why we're going to spend the next few minutes to talk about your vision. Right? Talk about your vision. Your restlessness is discontent. Yeah? The restlessness you feel in your soul that I'm not satisfied with where I am. We call it discontent. Yeah? And discontent is a necessary part of the process. If you don't feel uncomfortable with your situation, you won't move and you won't change. Because if you become comfortable in your situation and think that the situation will just improve just because it's you, that's not even faith. Because faith doesn't work like that. You have to become uncomfortable with the situation and desire, really hunger for a change. So that is important for progress to happen. Yeah. As my trainer, Dr. Mary Morris, did share the story about visiting this man, and the man had a dog. The dog was lying down, and every now and then, and after a while, it's like, why is the dog behaving like that? For a long time, they were there talking, and then, like every couple of minutes, they're like, and then the guy said, what's wrong with? They said, oh, he's lying down on a nail, but the nail is not piercing hard enough, so he doesn't want to get out. This is what happens to people. There's a little bit of pain, but it's not enough to get you to move. But when your pain gets enough, it hurts you enough that it's too much, you cannot take it anymore. That's when you get out. And oftentimes it takes that kind of uncomfortable situation that pushes you to take action. And that's how you give birth to your dreams and your vision. You have to become so hungry for a change that the circumstances around you are too, you become uncomfortable with it, that you no longer want that situation, right? So I want to ask you to take a moment to reflect. In what areas of life do you feel the greatest level of satisfaction? And the vision that I'm going to do is not just for the career part, because I want you to start with a bigger vision for yourself today. Because your life is not just about your career. And if you have told you that, it's a lie. Because all of you makes up your entire life. So we're going to do a quick exercise, because I want you to lay out a vision for your life now. Because your career fits into the big picture of the rest of your life. So I want us to look at the big picture first. Yeah? And we're going to take a few minutes. But as we do this, I want you to look at in what areas of life do you feel the greatest level of discontent? Yeah? And how long have you been experiencing this discomfort? Yeah? And what will it cost you if you don't make a change? And what difference would you like to see made? All right? So as we do this, I'm going to give you 5 minutes, each of you, to come up with something. Think about in what areas I'm going to give you an example. The 4 critical domains in our lives are time and money freedom. You know, if you had more time and you had more money, what would you be able to do? Okay? Or would you like to have more time and more money? Or would having more time or money help to give you a better outcome? Your health and well-being. What is your health like right now? And if you have better health, better well-being, and your health is not just the diabetes and the hypertension, your well-being, it's your overall mental state of mind. You know, the level of joy and peace you are feeling in your soul is part of your health, right? You wake up in the morning, yeah? You are satisfied with your state of mind. That's part of your well-being, yeah? The next part is your love and your relationships. You look at your relationship. If you have a spouse, how is that relationship going? Is it where you want it to be? Is there room for improvement? And if this improve, will it really affect the other parts of my life to help me to grow and to become the best of who I want to be? But you might not have a spouse, you might have parents and siblings, and you want others. How are those relationships? Because sometimes those relationships can be the ones that hold us back. Bad relationship with your parents. Young people are running away from home, right? You don't respect your mother and your father. You're always swearing and smoking and hiding and seeking food. And it stresses them. So there's a strain on the relationship. What if that relationship will improve so that you can stop stressing over that and then focus on something else? So as you think about your vision, I'm giving you an idea of how you're going to think this through. And the final part is your business or your vocation or your career. Yeah? If I had the kind of career that I want, the kind of success I want to see in my professional life or my business, what would that look like? Yeah? But the first thing I want you to do is to do a bit of assessment. Exactly where are you now in those areas, those 4 areas, right? So the first one is your time and your money freedom. Yeah? Your health and well-being, your love and relationship, and your business or vocation. And what you're going to do right now is you have 3 minutes. So for each of these 4 areas, 1, 2, 3, 4, I want you to write the 4 of them down in your book. And you're going to give your life a score. Where do you see yourself right now in each of these 4 areas? Yeah? So ticket number 1, your time and money freedom. In this area of my life, how happy am I in this area? And what score would you give yourself? And you can use these questions to help you. Where do I feel the greatest level of discontent? Yeah? And how long has it been this way? Write it down. And then we'll come back and we'll discuss that in a day. Yeah? All right? So I'm giving you 2 minutes to do that. So for each one, write the statement out because we're going to come back to it for the vision, okay? Don't think about it too long. From a score of 0 to 10, how much out of 10 will you give yourself for your time and money freedom? Are you able to see? From a score of 0 to 10, how much will you give your health and your well-being? From a score of 0 to 10, how much will you rate your love and relationships? From a score of 0 to 10, how much would you rate your business or your career or your vacation? All right? So let's do it quickly. I'm not asking you to write anything down, just write a number from 0 to 10 for each of them. All right? Are we finished? Don't think about it too long. So just ask yourself, in terms of my personal life right now, in terms of the amount of money I have to do the things that I desire or dream to do, how would I rate it? Yeah? Do I have enough money to do everything I want? 10 out of 10. Or I feel like, well, I don't have 0, but I don't have enough even to meet my daily needs. So maybe I give it 1 or 2 or 3. Yeah? Or I'm comfortable. So maybe I'm around a 5. Yeah? That's what I mean. Okay? All right? Okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it now. Put your pens away. Right? Okay. I'm going to do this quickly. And please remember I said I need you to play all out today. All right? Because when we do this together, we learn better and we learn from each other. For those of you who rated time and money freedom is the lowest score on your paper, raise your hand. Of all the 4 of them, the one that has the lowest number is your time and money freedom. Raise your hand. Here, one there, yeah, yeah. Okay, a few of you have rated your time and money freedom as the lowest area of your life. So you feel like out of all the 4 domains of your life, this is the area that you probably want the biggest improvement in. That's what it sometimes means, right? It's the area that has your biggest discontent right now, right? For those of you who rated your health and well-being as the lowest score, let me see you raise your hand. Yeah, I have a few hands, yeah? And then we have those love and relationship. Love and relationship as the lowest score. What about business and career as the lowest score on your paper? Who rated your career as the lowest score in your paper? Yeah, a few more hands. Yeah. But the rest of you didn't raise your hand. What is your lowest score? Remember, you all have to play. Some of you didn't raise your hands at all, or you didn't score. Those of you who didn't score any, everybody's, all of them was just 0. Raise your hand. Okay. So, but some of you didn't raise your hand for any of them. So, you didn't. So, do you have a tie? Yeah? Some of them tie. Okay, so those of you who have tie for lowest score, raise your hand. You have 2 that have the bottom score. Raise your hand. Yeah? Okay. All right. So, I want you to ask yourself, in these areas of your life, if they don't change, what will it cost you? What will it cost you if you don't make a change in that area of your life? If things don't improve from the way they are, the way you are seeing it right now, it could be your time and money freedom. You have some things that you desire to achieve, but Right now, you score this as your lowest area. It's the area that has the biggest room for improvement. That's basically what it means, right? But you would love to see your life at a place where you have enough money to do the things you love to do. Take a vacation. Yeah? Travel somewhere that you desire to go. To be able to do some stuff. Maybe you have some relatives that you'd like to help with something. You have an idea for a project or a mission or a business, but you need something to help you get started. So this is the area that you're thinking that if I had enough money, I could fulfill that dream. This is how I want you to start thinking, because we're talking about your vision. But if you don't feel the pain, it doesn't drive you to the vision. That's what I'm doing here. So that's why I'm asking you to think about it. Where are you feeling the biggest pain right now? For some of you, it's around the time and your money, freedom. If you had that freedom, you don't that area. And the time freedom comes from, because I'm working for someone else, I don't have the time to do some of the things that I really want to do, right? So maybe you'd love to go on a mission trip, like me, I'm on a mission trip right now. Yeah? But to buy tickets from Australia to come here is expensive. So if I don't have that money to pay the ticket, my desire to come on my mission cannot be fulfilled. But that's only one part. What if I have the ticket but I don't have the leave from work to be here? I don't have time. Yeah? Is it making sense? But I have the ability to pay for the ticket and I also can get the time to come. Right? So I can fulfill my desire to become a blessing to you. Right? So that's how we think about it. Now, it gets to a place in your life when you want to do these things, and because you don't have the freedom to do it, yeah, or the help. Because some people, do you know some people really want to do well, but they don't have the help to do it. They can have all the money in the world, but they are so sick that they can't even, the money can't buy them help. Right? So that's why we don't focus on just one part. It's not just about money. Your life is not just about how much money you have. You're a full package, and so you need to be whole. You need to be living out your life the fullest in every domain of your life. Because the other thing is, you can have all the time in the world or the money in the world, but if you have a bad relationship at home, and you go home and you are worried about going to sleep, you cannot sleep. Yeah? If you can't sleep in your bed at night, it doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank. Do you understand that? It doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank. If you don't, the people you live with, you fight and you scream at each other, you come and you get beat up every day. You can buy makeup to cover the scar, but your soul is tormented. Are we getting this? Yes. So it's important to understand. All right? So the next thing I want us to do is to ask yourself, if this area does not change, what will it cost me? And then, what difference would you like to see? Right? So this is going to take us into the vision part. Right? Ask yourself, for those areas of your life, those 4 different areas of your life, you know them, I don't. So we go back to the same 4 areas. And I want you to write down what difference you want to see in each of these 4. You are struggling to see the board. Why don't you move and come here? Yeah? Take a seat so you can see properly. Yeah? What difference do I want to see in these 4 different areas of my life? And as you talk about this difference, I want you to picture it. So don't go big English now and try to be over intelligent. It's a practical thing I'm asking you. What would a change look like for you? What do you want to see change about this each one based on the score? Because maybe you are healthy. Maybe you give your health an 8, yeah? You're young and strong. Most of you here, young, strong people. So you're not having all the kind of stuff like old people like me have. Yeah? So you might have given a nice big score there, but you maybe for your health, maybe you just want to become more fit. Yeah? So you could write, you're healthy, you don't have diabetes, you don't have hypertension, you don't have cancer, you don't have anything that's bothering you to go to doctor. But maybe you're actually like, you're not that fit. So maybe you want to become, so for you, you would say for health and well-being, I would love to become more fit. Or if you're feeling a bit overweight, you said, I would like to lose 20 kilograms or 5 pounds or, yeah? So make it practical, yeah? So you're thinking about it because when we come up, I'll get you to write out your vision based on those pictures that you are seeing. So just take just one more minute to think about, just jot down some words beside it. What are some of the things you'd like to see change in this area of your life? In terms of your time and money freedom, your health and well-being, the love and relationships, right? And remember, for the areas that you give a low score, that's why you need more work on it. Yeah? You're going to do more work on that area. I'm only giving you 1 minute because we have a few more to go before we finish this part. Okay, can we move on? All right, so remember this part, you're just looking at it. But give me your attention for another minute. At the beginning, think about your dreams. And this is comfort that you're feeling. I want you to know that even as I'm telling you, I know that there's some stuff inside of you telling you that. Are you sure? You sure you can do that? There are some stuff that we call paradigms. As you journey on this journey to develop this bigger dream for yourself, start wanting to think about changing some of these areas that you are feeling constricted, where you feel like it's squeezing life out of you. Maybe it's in the area of money, in the area of your freedom in terms of time. Maybe it's in your health. There's something that's squeezing you in that area of your life that's making you uncomfortable. Yeah? And you're feeling that discomfort and you're desiring to see a change. Because, remember when I started off, I told you about the environment thing? That the environment in which you grow has already shaped you a certain way. So you've become used to it. And you've become so comfortable like the dog sitting on the bed. That even though there's a bit of pain, you become used to that kind of pain and you can tolerate it. So the fact that you came here to see Dr. Stephanie today, and you're writing something down on your paper, don't think that it's just going to go away like that. Because these things that are in your environment that we call paradigms, you have to get over them first. Because as you begin to desire to change, the paradigms are going to show up. Your paradigms are those things that shape your environment. It shapes your belief system. You've been conditioned to believe them to be true, even though they might not necessarily be part of God's life. But this is what we're used to, right? And the paradigms tend to show up in 4 different ways. Let me get my glasses, see? The fear of being fundamentally flawed. And we call that the imposter syndrome. You've heard that word before? You feel like a fraud. Who are you? How dare you think that you can, look at you, you're just from the village. Who told you that you can have dreams about having big money? Who do you think you are? You're just from Oki, from Malika, or are you from Isabel? How dare you think you can want to do that? Yeah? Yeah? These are paradigms. And they are constricting. They hold you like that. Because this is what you've been used to your whole life. They will show up. They will show up. The moment you begin to start stepping forward, they will begin to show up, right? You start to feel like, can I really do this? Yeah. Nobody in my family has ever done this before. Why am I going to succeed? Or maybe the other people before you failed. What makes you think you are going to succeed at this? These are paradigms. These are the little foxes that are going to show up to eat your brain, to strangle your dream and to suck the life out of your vision, right? The fear of the burden of success, yeah? The ability to cope with success. Do you know that this success can really blow your mind? It can. Let me share quickly. You know, as a young woman coming from the village, and God bless me in my career. There were people along, you know, even today, I have undergraduate, I have certificate coming through the roof. I have master's degree. I have PhD. Do you know there are some people from my village until today that have never acknowledged me as a doctor? I'm serious. They have never acknowledged me as somebody who has succeeded. And I'm talking about there's nobody else before me who's ever done it. But in their little night, I'm still a little scared from Miss Fletcher's house. I used to suck my finger as a little girl, yeah? I'm still a little suck finger girl from that little village place. They've never really seen me as a product of God's grace. So even when I go back, there are people in, you know, the church I grew up in my village, that I was born in, christened in, and baptized in as a child. They've never asked me to preach in that church. They can't see me as, yeah. But do you know how many platforms I've stood on? Other people's platforms, outside of that place. Great men and women of God. Yeah? But some people from my village, they can't get in their head that that little finger girl from that little bush place. Because they never believed it could happen. These are the things that you will face. Right? These fears of success. Yep. And you know what? There were some times in my life when I was like, I'm afraid of outshining my siblings. What if my siblings become jealous of me? Because I have a lot of them. But thank God, you know one of the most blessed thing I have? My mom has plenty of children, and my siblings are happy for me. So when nobody else cheers me on, my siblings cheer me on. Yeah? But it's those things are real, real fears that you can be faced with, right? But you have to expect them. So this is the way how paradigms show up for you. Number one, as you experience all these fears, you can experience something called delay. What if? As you start to worry and fear begins to come to paralyze you, in your mind, you've written it down, but you haven't taken any step to make it happen. It's called delay. Yeah? You have made a move, which is you've written it down, but you haven't taken any other action. But you've tricked yourself to say, oh, I've written it down, so I'm okay. But do you know that on the paper, if it's not on the paper, you haven't really gone anywhere. So that's delay. And why are we saying this? If you know what to expect, you can anticipate anything around. And that gives me a moment to talk about something. Yeah. There's a whole chapter in my book that talks about dealing afflictions. Yeah. Because some of this it shows up like, yeah, and I know what you ordered the book I brought in here, right? There's a lot of material in here to teach you how to overcome some of these things. The next thing comes is distraction. 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 You've written it down, you start to make a step, and all of a sudden, this needs to be done, that needs to be done. Everybody's asking you, oh, did you forget this? Do you know that for many years I've been serving and I've been doing so many things. And this year, God has really just said to me, I want you to go all out into doing this. Just empower people, so into them, just give them the vision and whatever. All of a sudden, some people who never give me the time of day, all of a sudden they're finding work for me to do now. I was sitting there in the office, hoping and looking. They never wanted my time. The moment I start to go live on Saturday morning, everybody needs me at 8:30. It will happen. These are, it's not that they don't want to succeed. It's the devil using them. Yeah? To put stumbling blocks in it. Because the devil knows that if you step out, you're going to make a big difference. So the distractions, so other priorities begin to show up, other things that need to be done now. Yes, you have to watch out for that. And the next thing is this dissuasion. The other voices, those people now who think that, so why do you want to do this now? Why don't somebody else do it? But nobody was doing it all the time. Why didn't those other people do it? Yeah? So you have to watch out for that. Watch out for the dissuasion. The people who are going to discourage you from doing what you want to do. Yeah? The ones who are going to tell you that it cannot be done. Nobody else is achieving. What makes you think you can do this when nobody else has? And then the last one is what we call DEFCON 1. DEFCON, your brain is wired, all of us, to protect us. Did you know that? All the biology students and the science students here. Our brains are wired to protect us from danger. So as we grow up, and for those of you who have children or you see the small kids around us, you'll see when they're starting to walk and they will do like step off. At first, it's almost that they expect to fall down, so they're always grabbing onto something. Yeah? So even though they fully can walk, they will still hold on to something until their confidence builds and then they let go. That's the brain saying to them, you know the last time you fell down? Keep holding on now because you'll fall down again. The brain is wired like that to protect us. So the brain it is wired, it memorizes that pattern of behavior, you know, comfort zone. This person only stays here. The moment you step over here, the brain is telling you, sister, this is where you belong. You've never gone over here before. I'm not familiar with this new environment. As you begin to change, as you begin to desire something that is greater, as you begin to desire to see your life purpose fulfilled, your brain will tell you, what are you trying to do? You've never done that thing. It's uncomfortable. It's going to take you out of your comfort zone. And your brain is now telling you, don't do it. So you've overcome the delay. You've overcome the distraction. You've overcome all the other people. And now who is blocking you? Yourself. This is the final attempt to shut you down. And this is the most dangerous one. Yeah? Because if you are able to overcome the distractions and the delay and all the negative voices around you, you still have to be with yourself. And let me tell you, the struggle is real. The struggle is real. And even people like me still go through that struggle every day. Yeah? But knowing that it's there and being able to anticipate it, then you are able to identify them when they show up. So the important thing is you must be able to identify your paradigms. That's what I'm telling you now. You have to look out for them. Yeah? And when they come, so I want you to take one more minute to look at your paradigms. In what way does paradigms show up to you? Think about these things here, the examples. And if you've thought about, every time you've thought about doing something to make your life different, which of these do you think is going to show up? Because we all face them, isn't it true? So I want you to write it down now, because when you do this, and if you have a blank sheet of paper, you can use that. But in the interest of time, I want you to make a table on your page. Yeah? Not a big one. You can use the bottom half of where you're writing there. Yeah? Yeah, just at the bottom there. So you make a little table and then you put a line down the middle. And on the left side, you're going to write down all the paradigms, the things that, the fears, what you experience, the fear of succeeding. What if I don't succeed? What will they say? What if I can't do it? What if I fail? Yeah? Put them there. The things that you personally are experiencing right now. Like, what if it doesn't work? What if I live here and blah, blah, blah? Yeah? Write it down. Write down those ones that you feel like it might challenge you as you begin to think about your dream. What are some of the things that you think could become barriers in the way of you achieving your dream? Yeah? Because we have to deal with them before I get you to write the full dream out. Because if you don't deal with them now, you won't be able to deal with them later. So take a minute and write them down. Yeah? So in what way will you experience the fear of, imposter syndrome or something? That might not be your problem, because you might be very confident. But your fear might be the success. What if I succeed? How will they think? Will they think I'm a show off? Yeah? Will they think that I'm behaving like I'm better than them? Yeah. Fear of outshining people. What would my one top say? The other one is, what if now I start to make money and everybody wants all of it? That one is real, right? Yes. It's a real fear. But thank God we're not just dealing with the fears today. Are you finished? You written down one or two? Now on the other side of that paper, for each of those fears you've written down, I want you to change it. We are going to change from fear to faith. Because we are not controlled by fear. Can I get an amen? Okay. We are not going to be controlled by our fears. Because we are more than conquerors. Yeah? And if you are able to see where you want to go, your faith will take you there. So today we are going to overcome those fears on the other side of the line, the next side of the table. We are going to give this a different name. Yeah? So in the past, that was then. But this is now. So the left side of the table, that was then. But now, you want to change it. What are you going to change it to be? Now, I'm no longer afraid of what people say about me. You give it a positive, you're going to give it a new name. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I'm not going to fail. Yes? Yes. Yes. Back then, my auntie failed. My father failed. But I will succeed because I know I'm going. You are changing it. So whatever you've written down as a fear, you are changing it today. Yeah? So back then, yeah, I'm afraid of succeeding because I didn't understand that it was God's plan for my life. But now, I will succeed because that's what God wants for me. Yeah? Are you following me? Yes. I want you to write it down. Don't just look in my face, because when I leave here, you have to deal with that fear by yourself. Yeah? Please don't sit in the back row. We still have a few chairs here. Just come up closer, because I don't want to be shouting. Come on up. Yeah? You can't see the board. Are you okay? Come on, we have a seat here for you. Come on. If you know you're short-sighted and you can't see from the back, come on up. We still have one or two here. Yeah? Mary, come, please give me a hand. Let's take these ones from here and somebody can sit here. Alright? So that was then. So now let's do this quickly. I want you to hold your paper in your hand. Hold your paper in your hand. And I want you to say, all right, let me do this part first. Right? Romans chapter 12, verse 2 says, be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by renewing your mind. Yeah? In this version says, don't copy the behavior and customs of the world, but let God transform you into a new person, like changing the way you think. You see, every action first starts with a thought. Every result that you get was first an idea in your head. The pen you are holding in your hand was first somebody's idea. The book you are writing in was first a thought. Yeah, the glasses, the dress you are wearing was first an idea. And then it became a result. It became what it is. Everything, that dream that you have as a thought in your head now, It's important that it begins there because one day you will see that dream manifest. But you have to have the thought first. The thing, however, is thoughts produces feelings. And depending on the quality of your thought or the kind of thought, that's the kind of feeling it produces. If you produce a positive thought, then it will evoke positive feelings. That's why it's important that we are thinking positively and not allowing those paradigms of fears to be pulling us back. That's why it's important that you rewrite those paradigms and change the way you think about them. Yeah? Right? And put them in a positive light. Yes? Yesterday I couldn't do it, but today I can. Yesterday I felt limited, but today I'm empowered. Yesterday I cared about what people said, but today I will stop my ears and I look forward to my vision. Yeah? Because this is how you renew your mind. You have to reprogram the way you think. Because our thoughts produce results. Do you know why some people don't succeed? Because all they think about is the thing that does not work. Oh, it won't work, it won't be, and I've seen it. I've seen that thing happen straightforward. Like, I'm a woman of faith. The moment I have a negative thought and I fix my mind on it, I see the thing happen over and over again. But I've also learned now that instead of focusing on negativity, I can reprogram my brain. And whatever I think, it happens. So some people, you think that, oh, somebody is working witchcraft on me. If you think that every day, witchcraft will manifest. But if you wake up and you say, oh, they're witchcraft, they can work it, it won't affect me. Because I'm walking in power. I'm walking in victory. I am a child of God. I am the head and not the tail. I am an overcomer. I am more than a conqueror. What do you think is going to happen? They can waste their time. Let them waste their time. It doesn't affect you. Because your thoughts are more powerful than whatever they're doing. Right? Because God aligns with your thoughts. Yeah? So I want you to reprogram those fears. And by faith, you're going to begin to see the new side of you. Right? Because those thoughts produce the feelings. The feelings evoke the action. The moment you begin to produce positive thoughts, it changes the way you act. If you're afraid, what do? You hide. Yeah? If you're afraid or you feel negative, it limits you. But the moment you open up yourself and begin to believe, that's why faith is the substance. Faith is substance. And people don't get it. It's too complicated for some people. It's simply as this. If you can believe it, it can happen. That's it, basic. Because if you believe the fear and it happens, why can't you believe the faith that it happens? It's the same thing. The only difference is the kind of energy it takes to be different. Fear requires negative energy. So you have to now start to bubble up with all the positive energy. The more positive your energy, do you know that the atmosphere around you picks up on your energy? So as your energy begins to activate, your attitude, your feeling, your desires will generate that positive state. The atoms in the atmosphere around you picks up on that positive vibration and begins to produce positive vibration. So as your positive vibration ignites the atoms in the atmosphere around you, what do you think happens? Everything around you picks it up. And so positivity is almost inevitable because what you're generating is positive. And I've seen it. I've seen it happen. So to close this off, I want you to hold up your paper now as I read this, yeah? So we are going to move from the old mindset. I want you to hold the paradigm. Don't write. Listen to me right now. You have the paper that you wrote on the paradigms on. And I want you to read the first part that you write in the negative one. Say, that was them. And then you read, and then say, this now. So you read it. So let's say the first one was, I'm afraid of succeeding. That was then. This is now. And then you read the positive one. Clear? So you read the negative one. So that was then. This is now, you read the positive one. Yeah? So do it now, all of you. Open your mouth. I didn't say read it in your mind. I want you to open your mouth and then you say it out loud. Do it. 1, 2, 3, go. That was then. This is now. Read the positive one. You finish? So I want you all to say, that was then. This is now. Come on, Rick. Do your hand like that prayer, okay? That was then. This is now. One more time.
That was then. This is now.
Last one.
That was then. This is now.
Yes. See these little actions we do? They're important. You know why? Your brain. It's helping your brain think, oh, she's throwing something away. Sometimes we really think that we think we are stupid, eh? You know it works.
Yeah.
That was then. This is now. I'm a new person. I'm thinking new thoughts. And you repeat that positive thought, yeah? When you go home, I want you to do this again, yeah? On one sheet of paper. I want you to get one blank sheet, and I want you to do the paradigms exercise one more time. You write it one side, and then the other side. And when you finish, you tear down the middle, and you crush up the negative side. Yeah? And then you say that was it, and you keep the positive side. Yeah? I want you to do it. It's an action that is going to help your brain. I've thrown it away. Because that's how our brain learns. We do things, then, you keep, and if tomorrow you wake up and one of them come out, because they do show up. Yeah? You don't. I told you from magic. People succeed on purpose. They will show up. One of them will pop up next week. But you have to notice what you're noticing. You have to recognize it and realize that, oh, it came up again. That was there. And you keep doing it. And every day you wake up. Remember Dr. Steph, because you know what you're going to do? You're going to remember me doing this. That was there. This is now. Yeah? Do it. Even if they laugh at you at home. Then I know what I'm doing. I'm throwing away my old paradigm, my old belief system that was crippling me. All right? So we're going to do one last activity for this part, and it's called aligning your dream. Yeah? So we looked at the different areas of our lives, right? The time and money freedom, our health and well-being, the love and relationship, and we also looked at our business or vocation. And we said that these are the 4 big critical domains of life. That if we can get these ones right, yeah, and we can become whole in these areas, we can become living well in these areas, the rest of our life will just completely align around those things, right? But for today, we really want to be focusing on the career side of it, because that's we're having a career workshop, right? But before we get into the career part, yeah, it's important for you to, we're gonna zoom in on the career part of it, yeah? That's number 4, the business or vocation part. Yeah? Ask yourself, where are you now in your career or your professional life? Why do you why do you do what you do, right? So to come up with a dream for your career, these are some of the questions we're going to ask, right? Because we want to focus in on that part. But when you go home, you can use the same template to ask the same questions about the other domains of your life. Where am I now in terms of my time? Am I money? Where am I in terms of my love and relationship? Yeah, and we did a little bit before, right? Go back through that exercise when you do that. And spend some time thinking it through, right? And then you ask yourself, what do I want in each of these areas of my life? Yeah? What would you love to achieve? What would you love to see happen in these areas of your life? Right? And remember I said, your sense of discontent or your longing, the desire to see change must be bigger than the desire, than the discontent that you are experiencing. Because if the pain is not enough, you still sit on the nail. Yeah? The pain, if the pain of your discontent or your longing, your dissatisfaction, yeah, has to be greater. So your desire to change must be greater than the pain that you're feeling. Otherwise, you won't change. The desire to see a change must be greater, right? So if you really desire to see yourself succeed as a professional, at the end of this, to see yourself become the best version of yourself in your area, your chosen field, then that desire for change must be what is driving you forward. All right? So now, I want you to really just take up this time to reflect. And we're going to zoom in now on the career side of things, right? So I want to ask you, where do you see yourself 3 years from now in these areas of your life? So I want you to leave here. The 4 areas of your life. Same 4 we worked on before. 3 years from now, where do you see yourself 3 years from now? And this is how you know what you're doing? You're casting your vision. Because the vision is to look to the future. And I'm doing 3 years from now. Because if I say 6 months from now, it might seem impossible. But 3 years is a long enough time for something to change. So I want you to look 3 years from now and ask yourself, where do I see myself 3 years from now? As a person who's living my dream in these 4 areas of my life. Do you understand? Yeah? Picture it. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you creating? Yeah? What difference are you making? Use those ideas now and write your vision. You have 5 minutes. I'm giving you 5 minutes to write your vision. Yeah? Yeah? Where do you see yourself 3 years from now in these 4 domains? Right? Habakkuk 2 verse 2 to 3 says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tablets, that it may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it surely will come. It will not tarry. You have to align your despair with your dream. Yeah? You have to write down where you want to go. Your vision is your destination. Your vision is where you are going. Your vision is where you see yourself 3 years from now. So visualize it. This is where the thoughts come in. In terms of your love and relationship, what would you like your love life to look like? Yes? And I'm not just talking about intimate relationships. Relationship could be with your parents, with your siblings. Those areas that you are feeling the pain, focus on them and say, this is what I would love to see happen. Yes? Okay? In terms of my health and my well-being, what does a healthy me look like? Yeah? And I said, this is not about big words and fancy stuff. Draw a picture in your brain. What does a healthy me look like? A healthy me looks like 20 kilos less than the size that I am, and I can wear my spaghetti strap dress with my nice slim figure body dress. Yeah, it's a picture. I'm going out to the Christmas dinner and I'm wearing a ball gown and I look like Rihanna. I want to Coca-Cola on the shade. It's a picture. Because you know if you take a picture, you remember. It's easier to take a picture. What does time and money freedom look like? I'm sitting on the beach in Bali. with my family. And I'm talking to Freddie. Freddie, I'm talking to Freddie on the phone. And we are working on our new song, right, Freddie? Yeah? Yeah. Okay, filming my new music video. And Freddie's carrying my camera. Freddie's my good friend, yeah? That's what money freedom look like. I'm flying to Honiara 2 times a year, yeah? Spending 2 weeks running workshops with all my people. I'm ministering, I'm sowing seeds, yeah? Empowering people. Write your vision that makes sense to you. Picture it. Don't just write, my vision is to do blah, blah. Write a picture, draw the picture out in your head. Yes, my vision is to become a best-selling author. Yeah, of self-empowerment books that are based on the Word of God, that will empower people all over the world to find and fulfill their purpose. My vision is to become the chief financial officer in the government ministry. And so many of you studying commerce and economy and finance and all this. Picture it. What does it look like? I want to be the top accountant in Solomon Islands. Yeah? I see that. Yeah. Yes. I want to become the first female prime minister of the Solomon Islands. Because I have a dream. Yeah? Write it that it makes sense to you. All right? Anybody struggling? You all good? I want you to write this vision. Because guess what? If we don't finish the workshop today and you leave here with this, you have a blueprint. You can finish the rest of it by yourself. Yeah? Because if you know where you are going, then it's easier to find the path to get you there. And for your career, I want you to spare the last minute now to focus in on the career path. Yeah? Yeah? For your career, make sure you put something. In the next 3 years, where do you see your career? In the next 3 years, everybody here will graduate, right? Yeah, by 3 years' time, you all finish whatever you are doing, and you are out there. Yeah? So 3 years from now, I see myself where? Doing what? What does that thing that I'm doing look like? Yeah? Don't just say I'm an accountant. What kind of accountant are you? Yeah? I'm not just an economist. What type of economist are you? What are you doing? Where are you? What do you look like? Yeah? What kind of impact are you making? Write that down. Because if you just say I'm an accountant, then you become any kind of accountant. And when you cross my path, you don't just become any kind of anything. You have to become something special. Amen? Yes. Right, 1 more minute. Finish it. As you're writing, I want you to say in the present tense. You're not writing in the future. Say I am. Yeah? Write in the present tense as if you are already there. So use present tense. It is 3 years have passed, and I am the Assistant Governor General. I'm the Deputy Secretary. Yeah?